hopeful. Do. I'll be showing you how to create soul-touching, deep, emotional chords the easy way. Let's dive in. The best way to start with chords is actually not starting with chords, because starting from scratch, it can be pretty tough. So we want to find something that inspires us first, preferably a drone sound. I'm going to load up this instrument by Arcade Output that I really like for creating these drones, mainly because I can also select the key of my track here. We're going to go for something emotional, so let's select minor. And how about we go for A sharp minor? Random key, right? This is the drone sound. It's playing that A sharp. So now I have something that inspires me, something that gets the flow going, right? Here's where I can get into the next part, which is adding chords. We want to choose a sound that is really flat and natural. Best way to do so is by adding a piano, preferably a felt piano. I'm going to choose Noir Felt by Native Instruments. I'm going to open up this panel, select scale, A sharp minor, right? Because that's the key that we determined straight from the start. We're going to stick with A sharp then. All right, so where do I start? How about I start on the tonic or the root note, which is A sharp. Let's see how that resonates with the existing pad that we have now. Cool. All right, so I'm going to go into 16th grid and I'm going to draw a little rhythm here. All right, we're getting the flow, right? We're not there yet, but we're getting our inspiration going. That's what we need to do when we want to get chords right. We want to feel the emotion. I like A sharp. And how about we duplicate this guy? Just copy, paste, and duplicate him down to A sharp 2. So this is going to be the 1, the tonic. Now I am going to think. And now I'd like to determine whether I want to move up or down. And remember, I'm still sticking to this scale over here. Still sticking to the notes that are highlighted within A sharp minor. And don't get confused if there are two different letters. A sharp is the same as B flat. And minor, because we're in a pretty sad scale. We could also select major if we want to go really happy. Phrygian, for example, is known to sound very Arabic. Let's get back. A sharp, root note. How about let's move down to G sharp? And I feel like we could move down another one. So dun, dun, dun. That would be cool, right? Ooh, that could work. But you know what? I'm going to go down even further and then move it back up. Remember, I'm just using the notes that are within the scale and I'm paying attention to what feels right. I'm already feeling like the emotion coming, right? Perfect. We have the bass note progression ready. Now what we're going to do is add triads. Take all my bass notes and move them up 7 halftone steps, which is the perfect fifth, known to sound very harmonious. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Aha, let's see how it sounds now. Okay. I'm already getting pretty hyped about this. I like this chord progression. But we're not just there yet. Let's add another note to this chord. Let's enable scale, therefore. We're going to copy all the root notes and go 2 up. So 1, 2. Now we have the chords, right? This would be the triad. This middle note, depending on the distance that this note, the middle note, has to the root note, we'd either call it a minor third, 3 halftone steps, or a major third, 4 halftone steps. So you can see the distance here between this note and this note is smaller than this note and this note. So these are 1, 2, 3. This is the minor third. 1, 2, 3, 4. The major third. Let's give this a play. Hopeful. All right, we have the chord in its basic form. We can extend this right now. What we're going to do is take the middle note, the major or minor third, right? And move it up 12 semitones or an octave. You can do this in Ableton Live by hitting Shift arrow up. Let's see how it sounds. So we spread the voicing, right? Cool. And to give it a deeper tone now, we're going to take the root note and paste it down an octave. Very good. So now we have a spread out chord progression. Oh, that's so lovely. And now what I would like to do is add notes on top of this chord that we already have within each chord. So let's say the E sharp. I would like to copy, paste, and add this on top as well. I'm going to do the same for this D sharp on the next chord. Let's go for the G sharp on this chord. Let's see how this sounds. Very nice. So we've added a few more notes to some of these chords to make it a bit more interesting. And just as a bonus tip, you can load up an effect called MIDI Monitor. It's a Max for Live device. You can determine which chord is actually playing. Oh, cool. B flat minor. Oh. Actually gives me a pretty detailed overview. Wow. Now to make this chord progression feel softer, we can individually tweak the velocity on these notes. So our goal is to make this piano sound human and more emotional, right? We can do that by hitting Alt, dragging down the velocity on each and every single one of these notes here. And I get really fiddly with this, right? I want to spend my time finding the right velocity to use on each and every single one of these notes. Cool, we have ourselves a chord progression that sounds pretty sweet. I like it. Maybe there's another sound that might spark my inspiration a bit more, so I can then switch out these lines for another one. Holy shoosh. Now let's add some bass notes alongside this chord. Let's go to Synthesia. I'm feeling pretty inspired, and to keep that inspirational flow, I'm going to add a few drum loops. Let's add a kick on top. Arpeggiate the bass line. Perhaps choose another kick. Let's add a tom groove on top. And now we're simply going to load up another synth. So I have an arpeggio here, which follows the chords. I could also load up a pad. And I'd always like to go back to the arcade layer and see if I can add any additional notes to my drone, right? Let's take this, paste it over. Let's give it a playthrough. Thanks for watching. If you like these sounds, feel free to grab them on Lotus Tunes. Check out this project file on my Patreon page. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.